Thank you for joining us in this video, depicting the history of lions in all their glory and how some kept them as pets. The lion has always held a special place in the human imagination. For millennia, its immense strength, its commanding roar, its regal bearing have made it a potent symbol of power and authority. This is why, throughout history, the world's most powerful people have sought to associate themselves with this magnificent creature. Keeping a lion was never about companionship in the way one might keep a dog or a cat. Instead, it was a bold and unequivocal statement. It was a demonstration of wealth, of dominance over the natural world, and of the owner's elevated status. In the ancient world, the connection between lions and royalty was deeply ingrained in culture and religion. In ancient Egypt, pharaohs were frequently depicted in the company of lions, which was seen as manifestations of divine power. The goddess Sekhmet, a fierce protector of the pharaohs, was portrayed with the head of a lioness. This divine association meant that living lions became a fixture of the royal court. Pharaohs like Ramesses II were said to have kept tame lions that accompanied them into battle, a powerful piece of propaganda that equated the king's might with that of the animal kingdom's most formidable hunter. Archaeological evidence powerfully supports these accounts. Temple reliefs and tomb paintings from across the Egyptian dynasties show pharaohs hunting lions or simply resting with a lion at their feet. These images were not mere artistic fancy. They were deliberate projections of royal authority. The discovery of lion skeletons buried near royal tombs, such as one found at Abydos, suggests that these animals were sometimes ritually sacrificed and buried with their masters, intended to serve them in the afterlife. The royal menageries of cities like Thebes and Memphis were living collections of the empire's power, and the lion was always the most prized inhabitant. In ancient Greece. In Rome, the practice of keeping lions continued. It shifted from an exclusively royal privilege to one enjoyed by the extremely wealthy elite. Greek leaders like Alexander the Great were reported to have kept lions captured during their campaigns. The Romans truly institutionalized the public display of these animals. Wealthy Roman patricians and generals established private menageries. They were known as vivaria. These vivaria sat on vast estates. The collections were a sign of sophistication and worldliness. They featured exotic animals brought from the farthest corners of the Roman Republic, and later from the far reaches of the Roman Empire. Mosaics and frescoes provide clear visual evidence. Pompeii and Herculaneum show artworks depicting lions in manicured gardens or chained near grand entrances, serving as intimidating living statues. The Roman writer Pliny the Elder documented instances of lions being kept, even recording rare stories of lions showing loyalty to their keepers. Centuries later, in medieval and Renaissance Europe, the tradition was revived and became almost exclusively the domain of royalty. Monarchs established royal menageries to house diplomatic gifts and symbols of rule. The most famous was the Royal Menagerie at the Tower of London, founded in the 13th century. In 1235, Frederick II gifted 3 lions to Henry III of England, likely nodding to the 3 lions on the English coat of arms. The public could pay to see the beasts, but the enclosures were crude by modern standards. Welfare was poorly understood, and mortality rates were high. Yet their symbolic value remained immense. The lions were living crown jewels, proof of a monarch's power and reach. In the Middle East and North Africa, rulers kept lions as symbols of power, stretching from ancient times into the more recent past. Sultans, emirs, shahs frequently maintained lions within their palace grounds, continuing the ancient Mesopotamian practice of associating royalty with the king of beasts. These animals were not hidden away, often kept in prominent courtyards or guarded compounds where their presence could be felt by all who entered the ruler's domain. Travelers' accounts from medieval and early modern periods describe palace lions. European diplomats and merchants visiting Persian shahs and North African sultans often wrote of seeing lions chained near thrones or roaming within walled gardens. The lions were seen as an extension of the ruler's persona, fierce, noble, and unquestionably in charge. Their care and feeding were a state expense, and their handlers were trusted members of the royal household. The symbolism of the lion was deeply woven into regional art and literature. In contexts where human figures were restricted, the lion appears as a powerful motif of courage, royalty, and divine authority, especially within Shia traditions, where the Lion of God is a title for Ali ibn Abi Talib. This practice continued into the 19th and even early 20th centuries. The rulers of Ethiopia, for example, long kept prides of Abyssinian lions at their palaces in Addis Ababa as a symbol of the emperor, the conquering lion of the tribe of Judah, maintaining lineages that roamed palace grounds as a living link to imperial heritage. In all these cultures, the lion mirrored sovereign authority. The 19th century and the early 20th century marked a curious and transitional period in the history of lion ownership. While still exceptionally rare, the practice began to extend beyond royalty to a handful of eccentric and extremely wealthy private citizens in Europe and America. Industrial fortunes and colonial expansion created individuals with the means to acquire exotic status symbols. The advent of photography gives us undeniable, often startling evidence. Verified images of lions lounging on European estate lawns, riding in the passenger seats of early automobiles, and posing with owners inside lavish homes. One famous 20th century case is Christian the Lion, purchased in London in 1969 and documented extensively in photographs and film, underscoring both public fascination and the risks involved. These cases were sensationalized by newspapers and postcards, but the glamour was punctuated by tragedy. Archives record incidents of tame lions turning on owners and keepers, causing severe injury or death and leading to legal troubles and public outcry. Many animals suffered from improper nutrition, lack of space, and psychological stress, resulting in short, unhealthy lives, a symptom of an age of excess and fascination with the exotic, before modern welfare and conservation took hold. Today, the landscape of lion ownership has been fundamentally transformed by a global shift in legal and ethical standards. In the vast majority of countries, keeping a lion as a private pet is now illegal or subject to such stringent regulations that it is virtually impossible for an ordinary citizen. Laws like the Endangered Species Act in the United States and similar legislation worldwide protect wild populations and the public. These laws recognize that lions have complex needs that cannot be met in a domestic setting and that they pose significant unpredictable danger. The focus has shifted from private ownership to conservation and education. Today, accredited zoos, wildlife parks, and reputable sanctuaries operate under strict guidelines for welfare, housing, and public safety, contributing through managed breeding, research, and outreach. They highlight threats lions face, like habitat loss and human-wildlife conflict. Despite regulations, illegal private ownership and cub trade persist, often taking young from mothers and keeping them in deplorable conditions, with abandonment or worse once they grow. In conclusion, the history of humans keeping lions is long but narrow, an exclusive pursuit of the powerful and wealthy, from ancient kings to modern collectors. This concludes our journey into the history of lions. If you liked this video, please like and share. Thank you for watching.